Elric's Hobbies has all the bases in all the sizes.
Spiking bits.
That's right, the newest Elric's bases are here. This is a Lost Temple, and they feature those really cool, completely three-dimensional styled bases that came in Shadespire, or should I say, Warhammer Underworlds. Well, they're not the exact bases, but they are definitely inspired by some of those dope bases we saw from the Fartstriders over there in Shadespire. So Elric's Hobbies is the place you want to be. They have a very robust catalog of resin bases. I've showed you guys these a million times. They seem to come out with them the quickest, so we're always talking about them, and they're my first stop wherever I go. So Lost Temple bases are the ones right here. You can see the detail right here on this picture. Let's see, I can't click and open it, but maybe this one. There we go. So these are very good detail bases with the dope little leaves and a little tree trunks and some relics or some kind of ruins, and they're just very, very good looking. Of course, as you come to expect with Elric's Hobbies, they have pretty much the whole line, except for I don't see the big super round base right there. So it looks like they're still working on that one. But for the most part, they have every other one available to add to cart and get to your front door. So let's take a look at the bases for ourselves here. Now you can see this is a gorgeous base. What I like most about these, besides the big beefy tree trunk right there and various ruin layers, this one's got like a column. This has kind of like a, I don't know, some sort of wall or type corner thing. You've got huge tree trunks, and we're going to show you most of the normal size bases right here, I would think. So what's really, really cool is they've chiseled out all the edges. This isn't just like a basic kind of square edge. Like, they're chiseled out. This stuff has been worn down through rain or erosion, whatever, acid rain, I don't know, blood sacrifice, who knows. All these little crazy, they almost look like magnolia leaves if I didn't know any better. Probably not any of those in the tropical rainforest there, but definitely overgrown by some big tree trunks. They have all the conventional sizes here. You've got your 50 mil rounds. You've got the larger, what are these? Round, these are the ovals for like the new cavalry. The large oval right here is 90 by 52, and I lost the sheet to this one right here. Let's see where that is. I don't readily see it. Don't know. We'll get back to that one right there. 170 by 105. No, that's the big one. We're going to show you that one separate. So we've got the small cab bases, the large cab bases here. This is the 80 mil round, and you can see the bigger they get, they start putting more and more design elements onto this right here, and it looks like, yeah, it definitely looks like you can see the detail in here. So bigger is better when it comes to these bases for sure. So how does it stack up with some of, say, Sigmar's finest? Well, we've already seen this is a normal Stormcast model that would definitely fit, although this is 50 and this is a 40 mil base, it would definitely fit over the tree trunks and such like that. You could even do some Sylvaneth or some Wood Elves here. Would definitely look at home on all of these right here. Very much a whole bunch of room for your basic infantry. You can see that they are indeed very well detailed. Now we've got a little smattering right here of bases, and I'm going to show you a couple of different popular sizes, but also kind of what I like about them most, and maybe how they look with a couple of popular figures as well. And we painted one too, so we'll show you that here in a second, give you some ideas there. So first off, we've got 40 mil bases, and you can tell they are definitely well detailed. And what I like most about these bases is they're not just buster, like flat, everything's square. Like, there's little divots cut into the stone. They've been worn through sand or erosion. Who knows what is going on here? Dirt, acid, blood sacrifice. I don't even know. I don't even want to know. But the nice big chunks of tree trunks is a 32. This is a 40. And most of the larger bases have some bigger elements, like a tree trunk, or like this little kind of step up into maybe like a gazebo or patio type area, marketplace. Who knows what is going on right there? But I really like these, and as you can see, they definitely have a couple of design elements very much shared with the Fartstriders right here. And speaking of Fartstriders, or speaking of Stormcast, Here is a Stormcast Eternal on another Elric base, but you can see that there is definitely room for him here. It could be a little bit more dynamic, like kind of standing down onto it right there. 40 mil bases are rather large, so not everything is going to fit on those. You can get some smaller Sigmar models here, like a Sylvaneth. It would definitely look at place on these bases here. Lost Temple looks great for a whole lot of different models, including everybody's favorite Space Marines. So pretty much got some room there for their guns and their wide stance. You could even, and I didn't grab any 25 mils, but you could even use them for Star Wars Legion if you wanted to do like Yavin or something. The only problem is they don't have the notches for the maneuver templates, but it is what it is right there. If you wanted to go for that look, hey, why not? 80 mil base right here. Got the small cavalry base of 75 by 46. The large cavalry 90 by 52. 50 mils quickly becoming very popular. Let's slide these out of the way and show you some more. So as far as other sizes, here's that 80 mil, that big one there. This would definitely look great on larger vehicles like Warhammer 40k. You could put some of these little Nurgle Plague Burst. No, this is a Plague Burst crawler. The little Nurgle wheelchair. Hover around, gets me where I want to go. Or you could put Leviathan Dreadnoughts and the like on these right here. The super duper big oval base right here. This is for the Reaver and Adeptus Titanicus. Looks great. There's lots of space on there for the Reaver, and you can actually sculpt it, the legs, or assemble it rather. You can have one leg doing its Commander Riker, Captain Morgan, whichever you prefer, up on this rock. But that would look pretty dope. And speaking of larger bases, the large Dreadnought size base, 120 by 92 millimeter. The last one I showed you was 105 by 70. And the Warhounds are actually on this size base right here, this 80 millimeter. This one looks great. Now I like this. Like I said, bigger is better. Once you start getting into more and more detail, there's like an incredible amount of stuff going on here. Some sort of crazy symbology, maybe to some god or something. Isn't necessarily a sacrificial pit or any, you know, symbol that could be bad news bears if you put it on the table. So it's just a triangle. It's a Triforce. It's a link to the past, but lots of cool design elements going on right here on this base, and you can put, you know, stuff on these pillars and things. And moving on up the scale, I suppose before we start winding things down, here's just a normal 32 mil base, and here's a little D&D caster character, which would look good on them too. Folks complained that I don't show the D&D miniature, so I wanted to make sure I got that one in right there. So D&D miniature on a this is a 32 millimeter base, so it probably look a little better on a smaller 25 mil for sure. But either way, that kind of gives you an idea of maybe what to go for. And not quite the largest, but probably the most roundest is this bad boy right here. It's a 130. Now this is the biggest size they offer. They don't have the full larger scale size right here, but man, this is cool. It's got a little road or perhaps sewer right there, and all those design elements really come together to make it look dope. And my personal favorite is the Knight base, and this thing could be its own very diorama. You know, if you wanted to put on a mask, protective mask, because this is resin, you don't want to breathe it in, get a drill press and kind of drill some spaces in there, and then actually put bases on here as a diorama. That would be pretty neat. But it is inherently designed for Knight Titans. Now, they don't go on here quite as well as I would like, but once you get it on here, maybe with a little conversion work, you can definitely have a really cool posed Knight. And this base itself is very heavy, so if you pin your Knight down, or you're using a Forge World Knight where you can really articulate the legs, that would probably be a good thing right there. But I mean, it's a very, very cool looking base. Now, the one we painted here at the studio, Spiky Bits, OBJ Tim, did this one up. It looks great. Using a lot of design, or excuse me, accessories here. You gotta have tufts. This is the metal blend from the Army painter. I love these things. And just, I actually don't know what tuft that is right there. Oh no, that's metal blend. This is like a swamp type tuft. So there's lots of cool elements here, and a little bit of stippling as well, light dry brushing on the little root system right there, and a little bit of maybe warpstone glow on the top there. So either way, oh, did I agitate it? It's falling off. No. Make sure you use a little bit of PVA glue, little white PVA glue, and these things will stick right on there. Just put a drop. Don't use super glue. It never works. You can tell this wasn't super glue because there's no crazy. Either way, I think these bases are some of the best they've done so far. Now, I know we're always talking about Elric's Hobbies bases, but they're the ones that always send them to us month after month. So, and they're always my first go-to for my own personal bases. And if I can't find them there, I got to use some ones that are already from a different company. I always like to branch out. But man, let me tell you what, if there is a base size, hey, Titanicus just came out and I need this size, and this size, every one of their base sizes or every one of their base styles already has that size. And there's something to be said for that, because a lot of the other companies out there are a little slow to kind of catch up with the designs and things. So that they definitely have that going for them there. So I hope you enjoyed our unbox and review of the latest Elric's Hobbies bases, Lost Temple. And I definitely think these ones are a winner.
Spiking bits.